Right, so my first question is gonna be, what did you like? I don't know. It's been a week, I guess, since you played this.
hmm
But what were your thoughts on like how just the lane played out?
So well, the first thing was it was really he took a lot of damage leashing, which put me in a better position. Which is like, okay, I'm in a pretty good spot. I can probably clap Sky level 1, and at least I think I'm because that's like the way this lane matchup is supposed to play out. Is I beat him levels 1 through 2 because I can just Q poke him.
Yeah.
And I believe it's outside of his Q range if I space it right,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can zone him with tornado. Like I remember he got level 3 on me, and he just went like immediately all in, and I had to flash and back off, and that's really when the lane kind of started going kind of awry. And then he got a gank for first blood.
Mm.
Eventually, and then he ended up like 2 levels above me, and like I swear he ended up like freezing on. He ended up like somehow getting a freeze. I'm not sure exactly how he ended up getting said freeze, but like once it got to that point, it was pretty much done. The vial was also popping off, so the game was kind of stompy.
Mm. So like you understand that the strong point of Yasuo is really is level 1, level 2, and often is level 3 in certain matchups as well, right?
Yeah, I say only level 3 if you have win if you have a use for your wind wall.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise you'll pretty much expect a second point in Q, and then I don't know why I expect wind wall here. It might have been like a panic reflex because a lot of the champions that I end up playing against have some kind of ranged ability, or the jungler has a ranged ability. Like, let's say if this Vi was a Lee Sin, yeah, sure. Even though I can't win wall anything with Renekton's, I need to be able to win wall Lee Sin Q,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
or or like at least I need to win wall for the cocoon.
Yep. No, that's good. So my first like to me, it doesn't look like you know your limits as far as your level 1 and your level 2. Like
Yeah, because all right,
you you're telling me that, you know that Yasuo is
like
strong
now.
level 1, level 1
I
2.
know now. I didn't. I thought Renekton just kind of beat me until I had PD Malatabi and 2 Doran's Blades, which is until around 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought it was only at that point I could even bother fighting him, outside of poking. See,
But
like look at the health he's missing.
so this is just like, what was it, the other video we looked at, right? Where the Renekton walks into the lane. Forget who it was, you sent me the link of it anyway. Where the Renekton walks into lane with like, in that one he was missing like a third of his health, right?
Mhm.
But you see the advantage in the position you have on him here, right?
Other than health, I don't really see much of an advantage.
Well, let's go back to here. As soon as you see him, do you know how you get the advantage out of this? You're
I
gonna
have to.
you're gonna hit these minions, just
Yeah,
autoing them, and then
well, I tried to do that line out. I try to like hope get him low enough so I can hit him with 1 Q. I think I failed though. I think a
no,
minion left with like one.
you're gonna auto them before he arrives.
Why would I want to push the line though? Doesn't that just let
Why?
him freeze?
Because then you're gonna have a big minion advantage. He's not gonna freeze the lane. It's a Renekton.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to auto these minions, right?
hmm
So imagine you'd auto the minions, you'd kill the minions like
I kill him.
here.
Now I have my melee minions and my cast minions, and I can just start a trade, and I'll win with passive shield and me having more minions hitting him.
Yep. I mean, you literally, if you kill these like by here and you're standing here, for example, you just Q straight onto him and walk away. And
hmm
then when your Q cooldown is up, you just do it again, and
Yeah,
then you have
even
the
yeah,
tornado.
or I could auto the. I wish I could draw you the 2 melee minions on the left. I elbow those and then auto the melee minion, Q the last hit, and then hit Renekton, so I don't take aggro from the caster minion. So it's like legit 100% free
Mm.
because my steel tempest only procs minion aggro if the champion's the first target because it's like an on hit.
Ah, okay. Didn't realize that.
Yeah, but like, poking through minions can cause you to not take creep aggro.
Okay, well there you go. Like that's how you play it then, right?
All right.
So you want to set up then this minion, right, so that you can queue him, and you can. It's really obvious when he's going to walk up for these minions, right? Because he's just going to walk
Like,
up and queue them.
yeah, he'll walk him and queue it, and I believe I'll take that entire damage with my passive,
Yep.
so I will ultimately lose no HP.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
because, and also because, but I don't think he'd take any minion aggro, would he? I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. Like if
Probably
he
not.
queues all three, if he queues to kill all those minions, we have all the melee minions dead, and since my Q would hit the minion before it hits Renekton, there'd be no minions involved in the trade.
Well, remember, you're going to queue him, like, he's gonna
Through
walk
it.
up and you're going to be queuing him just before he walks into range. So you're gonna get the queue off, get the last hit, get the damage, and you're gonna be walking back into your minion line first.
Mm-hmm.
While he's still moving forward. That's the reason it's so important to kill these other minions first, is because
So I'd be spacing the Q instead of autoing the melee minion, like auto queuing it to burst it.
well, so that you have the lane
Because
in
the
your
minion does have higher health than the other two.
yeah, but so that you
And
have the lane in your advantage, right? The thing you're trying to do is you're trying to have a little bit like a slight push so that he can't trade into it. So that you are, if you imagine the time that you have to spend CSing these minions, right? You want to be ahead of him so that you've finished your CSing part before he
I
walks
can
up.
trade.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then I don't have to choose between loot CSing or trading. He has to. Like, does he trade with me and miss the minions, or does he get the minions but take damage for free?
Hmm.
Right?
Yep, exactly.
Hmm.
So, I don't know, what's your Q cooldown here? 3 seconds. So you probably could have even queued, like when he showed up here, you queue the first two there as well. But regardless, I think you understand
Like
how you
how
would
it would
trade
work
that.
now.
Yep, that's good as well. I feel like you could have probably positioned a little bit better there. Like if you'd positioned moving this way instead, puts a lot more pressure on him. He might even like decide to leave this minion. But because you back off this direction, right?
Yeah,
That
I could tornado to and the knockup could like cancel his auto attack so he misses the minion.
not with this cooldown, but if you was like imagine if you were standing here, right, at this point in time. It's a lot more pressure on him, right, when he wants to walk up for the minion.
Okay.
Just because you're standing there. And then because of this cooldown as well, you have your passive up, right? There's no
Yeah,
way he's going to.
I could auto him.
Yep. And
And then
well,
like
no,
maybe he
no, no,
might
no,
even
no.
just run
Look,
away.
look, look, look. You go for this Q, right? And then instead of walking back, right? Because you see you don't take any aggro of this because it went through the minion first.
Alright.
So instead of walking back, you walk down this way because he's going to go for. He's going to go for this creep here, right?
Alright.
So by walking down here instead, you're putting pressure on him. Does he want to take your auto attack, or does he want to
Concede the
to
minion.
concede the minion? And then the other thing is, remember your Q is now tornado, and
I can zone with that.
well,
For
I mean, if he walks up like that, right? Imagine you're here now, you've autoed him. Now you still have tornado. There's no way he's going to be able to trade back on you in that position, right?
because I could
So
tornado auto.
exactly. So you get like 100 extra damage or something on him just by changing your position. And sure, you might lose, 50, 60 health to the creep
But
aggro.
it's like, yeah, well, I took 60 damage. He took 100. I would be at like 540. Let's just say 550 to keep it round, and he'd be at under 300.
300, yeah. And then, like,
Like,
you've taken a quarter of his
I'll kill him
health.
first.
Yeah, you've taken a quarter of his health and you've lost, like, a fifth, a sixth of yours
Wait, yeah, I
at the
lost less.
most,
Mhm,
relative to the health you have.
of course. Yeah, 50 would be like 40 would be like not even a tenth,
Mhm.
or it could be even less if my passive tanks all of it.
Yeah, I mean, if he hits you and he
Like,
procs your passive, then you're not going to take any of the creep aggro either.
Hmm.
So, you know, just tiny little things like that about how aggressively you're pushing your level 1, level 2, that makes a difference. And like from my experience playing irelia into Yasuo, like the biggest difference in Yasuo players I see is that some of them really punish you level 1, level 2. And like the in most of the matchups it's extremely important. And that's why a lot of people like Irelia is supposed to be a good matchup into Yasuo, but the level 1, level 2, like if you don't play the level 1 and 2 correctly as Irelia, you get completely screwed because you can never trade anymore.
Okay.
So that's what you're trying to do with all, like with almost all of the matchups at level 1 and level 2. And remember, like this is not, you're not going to expect your lane opponent to play perfect at all. Like
Okay.
not even close to perfect.
Especially
So,
on this Halo. Like, I'm pretty sure this Renekton, since I looked at his OP.GG and he didn't seem to have any Renekton experience, so he might have been thinking that, oh, I got this sweet counter pick, I just auto win the lane. But like, so he probably wouldn't be playing it right, and I could have just completely fucked him.
yep. So
But
you have,
I was playing this with the notion that I legit lost until 2 items.
okay.
I know like tank matchups such as Nautilus or Poppy, I will win those. I will play a lot more aggressively in the earlier levels.
Mhm.
But I just hadn't played this matchup before, so I didn't think I actually had this advantage on him.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense.
And I do want to see how he was able to get like a pretty big freeze on me. And like Vi even came up and I just got like hella zoned. Then he got 2 levels up and just killed Minotaur. Like I only died 3 times a game, but Renekton and Vi basically won the game by themselves.
Mm.
It was like it was very stompy, which is why I only wanted to focus on the lane because that was the I'm it was highly possible that even if I won this lane, I still would have lost the game just because of how like the rest of the map lost.
Well, I mean, one of the things I always find amusing is when like low elo players ask for you to give them coaching on macro. But like the thing is, basically you can literally get to diamond from just winning lane. Just like understanding lane matchups correctly and playing lane half decently. You can
And yeah, this
literally
point
get to diamond off that. So you should
yeah,
just like you just focus on how good your laning is and you'll immediately climb. Like there's no
mhm.
question about it. Because low
He'd be
elo
so
players,
far ahead, like especially in top. Like I could get really fed and just split push all day.
yeah. I mean, you're literally just going to be making the enemy top laner useless every single game. And sure, you're
Or
gonna lose a
in
game every now and then, but like, you get my point.
mhm.
So anyway, so you're in.
I'm gonna be like if I'm consistently winning lane, then I can. That means in say 80 or 90% of my games, I would be in a position to win.
Yep. So you're in this position now. Like this is hella good for you, right?
Yeah, like, I should have been like, was it the second wave? Hang on, 6 minutes. Okay, so what I should be doing is preparing. If you see that melee minions is about to die, it's really low. Like
You're
I should have
standing here.
been rushing that down, get level 2, all in. That's what I should have done
I
here.
don't think you have to rush it. Maybe actually. I
Well,
don't know, but
because
the thing is,
these two minions might die at the same time. Like,
yeah, I
okay,
guess
now
you might like if you order it once, right? Once or twice. And but the most important thing though is you're standing here. Because if you're standing here, you're zoning him off the wave completely.
yeah, that dying creep over there, I'll be pulling trading stance on him.
hmm And then you imagine, right? You hit your Q on
I
him
can,
here. You can
yeah, out
Q
of
him here
this. Hmm.
while you're CSing this, and then you have your level 2, you have your tornado, and he's still stuck at level 1, and you can zone
Now
him
I
off
have,
this creep.
yeah, I could just probably all at him. Like, so I Q him once, he'd be at. Can you fast forward a bit so I can see his health? Maybe if I hit it at all. Okay, we hit 2 at the same time. That shouldn't have happened. I shouldn't have let him hit level 2 at the same time. I should have hit level 2 first. He's at like 300 HP. Q would probably be do around 60 or so damage. So he'd be at I probably 260 health. Because he was at what, 300?
260,
About 260. He was
so
like
he's like,
320.
yeah, he's like,
He's he'd be like 250, 240.
yep.
I could stack. Yeah, I could get a tornado. stack E up, and then like auto EQ auto. He has to flash, or I can just kill him right there and get like, or that could just be first blood.
Yep, perfect. And you force his base, right?
I force base, and then I can shove the lane in to force his teleport out, because then I'll be able. Okay, this is actually a good thing. Is it okay to shove the wave to force out teleport? Is that okay to
I
force
mean,
out the summoner?
the wave's already pushing at this point, right? If you win this trade, the wave's already pushing because you've
Oh
used
yeah,
your
'cause
E
I have
like.
7, he has 6. Because I have 7 minions, he has 6, so
Well,
I'd have to
not
shove it
just that,
anyway.
you've used your abilities on the wave as well, right? You've used your E on the wave, so his minions are already lower than yours
Alright.
regardless. So the wave's already pushing, and in that case, what you can do is you can just shove it in base and you buy boots and walk back to lane.
Uh, yeah, I don't think I do boots. I do double the build, at least according to the top guy on Loking, which is by Regis ZZ, that challenger Yasuo that stomped that Renekton in the video I linked you.
Mm.
The build, I just want to see where it is. All right, this is the build he says to do. I was read off what he says. He says double Dorans, Mallet PD. Literally, do not even try and fight him until you have those 4 items. This is what I misunderstood. Because it said literally don't even try to fight him until you have those 4 items. I thought it meant, okay, even level 1, level 2, I shouldn't be fighting him. But
Yeah, but
now I
remember
see from
you can't approach a lane from the perspective that you're never, especially at low elo, you can't approach the lane from the perspective that you're not ever going to be able to have an opportunity before your theoretical power
so
spikes, right?
should I take it as he would have an advantage, or like play careful at
You have
that
to
time?
play, you generally will be playing more defensively, obviously, before you
Okay,
get to your item power spikes, but
so levels 1 and 2 go ham. Level 3 until these items play defensive.
well, obviously you have to still look for opportunities. You're not, you're going to
Like
get chances to kill people regardless of this, like, regardless of how the matchup should go. It's never going to pan out exactly the same way. Like, Irelia supposedly has a really bad level 3, but the amount of times I win lane at level 3 in, like, Diamond Elo is stupid. Like, it shouldn't happen, but it does happen. So you shouldn't assume that the lane is going to go a certain way, that you have to play the lane in a certain way. You have to play the lane according to the way the lane is playing out and get the
yeah.
advantage
So
according to like how the
so let's
lane is.
say he is. So I remember a game when I played Rivet into Renekton, and then I actually got 3 solo kills on him. Renekton's supposed to win that matchup really hard, but the Renekton kept spamming all his abilities on the wave, and when he wastes Fury even on the wave. I'm like, well, okay, you have no cooldowns. I just win this with fast combo, stun, all that fervor.
Exactly. So you
So like,
can't.
yeah, I'm pretty sure if he used all those cooldowns and used his Fury on the wave, then yeah, I can go fight him.
Yep. So, I mean, I imagine you'd. I don't know. You'd definitely force his TP. The lane would be pushing, and the reason you'd go for boots first is because you want to walk. You'd rather walk back to lane than TP back. Um, because there's better value in having your TP up because you assume the jungler started bot side.
Well, I saw because he came up with amazing health.
Oh
That
yeah,
our
sorry.
jungle started opposite sides.
Yeah.
So Vi would be on presumably her blue.
Sorry, I got it the wrong way around. So she'd gank like her gank opportunity in top would usually be at like 2 minutes 53 minutes, right? For a level
If she
3
starts
gank.
if she
If
starts
she
bot,
started
correct?
bot side, exactly.
No, she
So
started top side this game because of Renekton's HP.
if she
Like I
started
can.
top side, yeah, then her gank opportunities are delayed to around 4 minutes.
All right.
That's when she ganked you in this game. And imagine if you had TP when she came for the gank. Imagine if you'd force Renekton's TP, you would be winning from the gank because they're sharing XP.
All right.
So okay, and then again, like you see what I mean. You're not actually punishing him based on what's happening in the lane. If you'd hit that, imagine if you hit all of the tornadoes. And then here, using your E here is a big mistake because where are you moving relative to him?
I'm
right?
moving
You're moving
away
away
from
from
my tower.
safety, away from minions, right? Into his
Okay.
minions. So you're always going to lose the trade when you move like that.
All right. So should I just been auto queuing him?
Auto queuing him and moving back through the bush down towards your tower.
Okay.
Because then he's going to be tanking the whole minion wave as you're backing up. His minions are going to pile up like here somewhere, right?
Okay.
And then you're going to be able to go forward E auto, and Qs whenever you want until he gets up to here, and then the trade you win basically,
I think the
right?
reason I tried to E here was like thinking I could trying to avoid getting stunned. Since he had Fury on that, if he didn't empower W, it'd be like that's like what 200 damage,
Yeah, but
200 or 300.
he's gonna empower W, and then what? Like you have your Q, right? You have basically you have auto resets.
Mm-hmm.
So you just auto trading, once he's used his abilities, you win the trade.
All
So
right.
what's more impactful in this situation is the fact that he's at half health, you're at full health. So who's your, if you just play out the trade like in the middle of the river, he's not going to kill you here.
Okay.
So I mean, this is actually really bad by him, if anything, because you can just walk down. You'll do, walking down, you'll do about the same damage as he heals from his Q, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to have the opportunity to go back up.
All right.
And then, if you remember in the other video, I said about using your E on your opponent, right? Using it on your opponent last.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still going to
So
have,
we auto him, E the minions, auto queue him,
yep,
and then only when he like let's say there's like an entire 6 minions here, but only when like he's like way back running away and I have nothing left to dash to, then I dash on him, right?
hmm
All right.
And the other thing is, of course, you imagine the distance in the lane he has to path to get to a safe position, right? If you pull him down this way,
He
that's
has to
always
run
good for
all the
you.
way down the lane. I just have to go like literally down the brush, and I'm safe.
Yep.
Okay.
So like there's no reason you want to move up into him in this situation. And then of course, there's a limit to how far you can chase him up. So if you chase him up from all the way back here, you're going to have more time to deal damage than if you chase him from here, because you're going to be up in his minion wave.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to focus better on like hitting these Qs. At this point, so he hits level 3 first, right?
Yeah, this is where I have to flash.
hmm And then so we go back to this trade again, right? Well, imagine if you'd pulled him down here, right? This way. The lane would be pushing towards him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know actually. But
Well,
you would you would have the lane closer to you regardless, right?
I believe these thing is I don't I'm trying to figure out if that melee minion that's like triangular in that little triangle is from the way that is coming up
That's from the
or the
wave coming
way.
up.
Okay, so this is it would I think it would push toward
Never mind, it's
him.
wrong. It's gonna push towards you. It's gonna push towards you because he's gonna use his Q in the wave and he's gonna draw the minion aggro.
All right.
But the actual advantage you get is not from pushing the wave here. It's from getting the wave in this position. Because if you imagine you trade here, right? It's gonna
Mhm.
drag the minion wave down. Sure, you're gonna trade back, but like the minion wave isn't going to go as far back up.
And then I would have control of it to start freezing at level 3.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the position the wave is in here, right? It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
awkward because your minions are quite far up.
All right. I just gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, we're just going over that again.
I'm just trying to see where Vi shows. I don't think she shows at all.
She doesn't show until around like level 4.
Yeah, she doesn't show until the top gank, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, then after what we went over, this is
Wait, hang
kind of
on,
whatever.
hang on. There's. Did you go back a few seconds? I first tapped for a split second. I noticed Vi, like with a death, like with a respawn timer. I just saw that.
What?
Look at
Ah,
Vi.
yeah.
Someone got executed.
Uh-huh. Well, that makes predicting jungle pathing a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Because you don't know where she's executed.
Uh. Say this to someone who would be Raptors.
I would
No,
have assumed
knowing
it would be raptors, but
that,
like,
like that,
why
that's
would
just
she
a.
path red?
Maybe she did red wolves, blue Raptors.
When does she show again? Okay, I'm gonna like fast forward through the whole thing and see when she shows.
Yeah, because like when I got like if I got autofill jungle, that's the path that you take. Like if I start at my red buff, I will pretty much always skip Raptors. Because fuck taking a million damage from that camp.
Okay, so she shows mid there. What?
Okay,
Does
the
she show
videos.
mid? Yeah, she does show mid.
Okay, coming from the top side, which means she. You
Why
could say
would
I
she
could
go top after that? That doesn't make sense to me.
no, but she came from the top side, top river.
Yeah, but why would she come from top river and then... Right, she got executed like 1.5 minutes ago at this point.
Oh, okay.
So...
Well, that's. I thought it was like I thought this was like after she got executed
So
because
she
it was.
must have been executed bot side. Because otherwise, why the hell would she go top side, right? See if you
It'd
tab any
probably be a
point
clear
here.
Raptors or Krugs. I'd probably say Raptors.
Well, you don't see that she does walk to top side there as well, I think. But anyway,
Okay,
what
I'm
does
trying to like.
she... Yeah, but
Oh, she
the
got
gank's
blue
already
buff.
over, like before she even shows the gank's already, like you're already dead. Um, but what I want to know is her CS. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Where was it? Like here somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay, 11 CS, blue buff. Huh. I don't get it. Like, that's so cheese, actually, that she would come from top side and go back. But she came... I don't know why she'd gank mid from top side then. Like, I don't know. This just doesn't make any sense to me on so many levels.
It's fucking Silver Elo.
Yeah. I mean,
Silver Elo took him past
screw the
so many
jungler
times.
anyway, yeah. I mean, really, the point is, in Silver, you should be winning the lane so hard at any point in time that, like, jungle pressure doesn't even matter. Like, whenever the jungle comes, it's just free double kills for you.
Okay.
Like, that's basically how Silver should be going. Like, you're...
Yeah, especially on someone like Yasuo who can snowball really hard.
Yep. So
Like that.
anyway,
It's why I've like actually been going on my way. That's why like actually haven't been warding much because I'm trying to get opportunities to get when we do double kills.
mhm.
Because pretty much the way I see Silver Elo is it's pretty much a what I think solo queue is a complete 1v9 until diamond. I think only around D4, D3 can you remotely start trusting people.
Yeah, I think that's about right. But like
Like
warding,
that's the
I'd
only
say you
that's when
should
you
ward though.
actually have a team.
In low elo, you should ward because it's kind of unpredictable when the jungler shows up. So it's nice to have like nice to know like a few seconds earlier that the jungler is going to be there, that you don't like go for some all-in combo, right? And then find the jungler shows up like 2 seconds later.
Good.
So like warding, I think you should ward, but like at the same time, you don't really need to play that much around like where you think the jungler is going to be predictively.
All right.
Um, Anyway, you go for the pots and you TP back, and you see the lane is in kind of an awkward position because it's gonna push towards him now.
Yeah, didn't he get a reset when he forced me out? Like, did the
Yeah, he does. So he shoves it in, right, and then it's gonna slow push towards him.
so in that situation, is there anything I could have done to keep it from slow pushing, or did I pretty much have no choice?
Well, okay. Here's one of the first things. You you see the caster minion that's going low now? Watch this Q. Clips all
Oh,
three
hit
of
the other
them.
one.
Yep. So you have to like you either just
Uh,
forget about that minion and just like get the XP, or you have to get the minion without damaging the
yeah,
other minions.
that's what I tried to do. That was my intent. My intent was like snipe that minion.
hmm So like
But I
then
think the tornado might have been actually been too, the hitbox would have been too wide.
I think you might have been able to clip it, just the middle minion. But
Yeah.
it's you have to know the range really well to do stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah, it's just
So
I like to say I've been pretty good at gotten pretty good at doing that, like just clipping it.
let's practice.
It's like yeah, it's good. I saw that was a good thing to practice. Also, being deceptive with my tornado,
hmm
because one thing I noticed was you can actually fire the tornado around a half second after the little circle disappears. So it's like, and I believe the indicator starts to disappear as well, but you can still shoot the tornado. I'll have to relearn that timing because it's now 6 seconds instead of 10 seconds. But that's some like deception shit I've practiced. And like, especially into range laners, I'll do like a cube wooden ball animation cancel and just like hide it, sort of hide it.
Yep. So yeah, so this is kind of what starts getting like the lane is sort of slow pushing already anyway because of the position it's in.
Okay,
But
so this
like
is how he's able, because the waves like this. This was how he's able to get the freeze because he got first blood on me, shove, shoves it in, gets another reset, and then the wave slow push toward him, and then he froze.
so you see here you're like there's a lot of points where you're doing sort of extra damage to minions, right?
All right.
So see there? You hit both of the minions. So like
Okay.
all of these things are slowly pushing the wave. So like one of the possible responses is here. Where is it? Like in this first few seconds, here you just shove. If you start shoving at this point, you limit like how long you're exposed to a gank. And you
Yeah, because
also,
these would all die, but this minion wouldn't it? This minion be alive, and then it will be 7 minions on 6, and it'll push back.
what do you mean?
Since he's TPing on this minion, so it's gonna stay alive. That's why it's not here.
Well, it's not gonna like if you imagine if you'd like almost killed all of these minions here, right? And he
Right.
still walks off towards, so you still have like time to finish off these minions. Imagine if you finish off like the caster minions here, right? And just leave the melee minions so that it delays how quickly this is pushing up. But you get a big minion stack, and that's going to be in your advantage because it's going to be harder for him to trade against your minions.
All right.
And then, so imagine then when the next wave arrives, instead of the minion wave being tiny like this, you still have like 3 extra caster minions and maybe 1 or 2 melees. But like even then, because of the timing of this, I think you should be able to shove this in and reset the whole wave. And by resetting the wave, it's going to push towards you because like all you're going to have to do is bait him to use his Q on the wave, and then like you get
If
what I
just
mean.
me, I think so because if the wave reset and the wave resets, then he queues all of them, and well, yeah, well, then it pushes, right?
Yeah.
But going back to the earlier points, like when you're talking about like micro decisions in the trades. What's the reasoning behind all of it?
Which
Just
one?
because I'm trying. If you just play the level 1 and 2 out again, because in a lot of matchups, this is the point where I'm strong. I really think I'd have to know how to play this out.
Well, okay, so let's take the level 1 before minions die, right?
Okay.
Or like, yeah, like when the first melee minions die, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if you've pushed the lane at this point, right, and you've killed his melee minions.
Right. So I
And
should be pushing level 1 because in like I can't think of a matchup where I'm not strong. I think only in the range champions would I not push level 1. But
mhm.
into any melee top laner, I would win level 1, so I should be pushing.
Well, I mean, the trick is to be able to get the favorable trade without pushing the wave too hard. Because if you push the wave too hard against, like, say against Renekton here or against like some bruiser like Irelia Fiora or Jax or something like that, right? If you push it too hard, you're gonna end up giving them free CS by letting them CS on the tower.
Okay. So I have to slow push it so they don't get that opportunity.
So the trick is to like, yeah, you want to push it as slow as possible, but still be able to trade. So you want to keep the wave as much as close to the middle as possible, but still generate the opportunities to trade. And so how do you do that? Well, you know what I said about killing these minions really really quickly, right? Like just
Mhm.
before he walks in for the trade. Well, at that point,
The
right?
wave is still here, but I have a 3 minion advantage.
But you have the 3 minion advantage, and you're not focusing on CSing, right?
Okay.
That's the two key things because he's going to be focusing on CSing, so you have free time to hit him, do whatever you want for that like 1 or 2 seconds that he's farming the minions.
All right. So it's get a minion advantage without pushing, without shoving the wave, rather.
Yep. And so you're
Like,
looking for these minute timers, right? Like
like try to kill the try to kill the melee minions first. I mean, like try to. Listen, I want to get these 3 melee minions dead before my 3 die. Correct?
yeah, but just before you don't want to like make it so that your melee minions are still like full health when his
All right.
die. So I mean, I imagine another thing you can do here is like, imagine if you queue the minions like 6 seconds or something before he walks, before well before this minion dies, right?
All right.
Imagine so we look at the timers of the minions dying. Like he's gonna come up to CS at about 2 minutes two. So imagine if this queue you do here is your second queue.
All right. I
Well,
can then I have a tornado
now you
and
have
I can zone.
tornado, and you're going to zone him exactly.
Okay.
So, and how much damage is that going to do to the minions? Well, it's like 80 damage on. You only need to do it on one minion, right?
Okay.
To get the stack. So imagine if that you incorporate that into part of the pushing the wave, like the that being your tiny little push you give the wave so that you kill his minions first. Well, then you get the advantage, right, of these minions. You
Mm-hmm.
also get the advantage of you're going to have your tornado up on that timing.
Mm-hmm. I think with the Q nerf, I'll have to do it a little bit later.
Yeah, but you can still do it. That's the point.
Yeah, I can still do it. So I have to learn the timing of it.
Hmm.
Like, at what time can I? Like, what's the earliest I can get that first Q so that, like, when my melee minions get low, I can have a tornado ready.
Exactly.
And then I can deny him all 3 of them, or just if he's like, herder, I'm gonna get them anyway, chunk him.
Yep. So
Oh my
that's
god,
like the first.
I missed 2 of those. Holy shit, I was so bad. Ugh, tilted. Like I was like after that happened, I was like, God damn it. I was legit like told myself, God damn it.
So right, and then there's that other one, right? Here, this minion. You know he's going to go for this minion next.
Right.
So why are you pathing this click? Why are you clicking down here? Why aren't you clicking this way? You know, you even have this ward here on the enemy jungle. Well, I mean, if anything, that's gonna tell you that at this point the
Which
lane is still
wait, wait,
dangerous
wait,
because you could get ganked
which ward? Sorry.
on the blue buff.
Oh yeah, because I think I call for that ward.
On
Usually I try to call for a ward on the buff.
on the
Since
other hand, you
I
have to remember that be careful with that because she's still topside at this point, right? So she could
mhm.
literally red gank, but it's beyond it's beyond the timer of going red to gank immediately, right?
Well, then again, it is silver. People can wait in bushes forever. I remember a
True.
duo queue game with a friend of mine, and this enemy Jarvan had literally no farm because he just kept staying mid over and over. And like, sure, my mid died like only a couple of times, but the Jarvan was so underleveled, underfarmed, it didn't. It that was basically negated.
Hmm. Yep.
So I suppose be careful of that as well. Maybe if I'm maybe in that situation, if I see a topside star, I would it be? I think I could actually ward earlier.
Yeah, you can like
I could.
if you go for a topside start, like imagine. Okay, so we go back to this point, right?
Yeah, I just want to figure out if I just want to know if let's say I put a ward down like 2 minutes. Maybe now would be a good time to put the ward because I don't have any minions this last hit.
So you'd use your tornado here, right? Because remember we said that
Okay.
first Q was your second Q instead.
Okay, so I have tornado now.
So you go for you have tornado now. You use your tornado. Hopefully it hits. Then you go down. You just ward river. I wouldn't bother with Tribush. I would just ward river. I mean, you could even do that while in like the 3 seconds cooldown, right?
Hmm.
So you've traded here, and then you just walk down immediately and ward
Actually, I
the
think it
river.
might be less than 3 sec. I it might be around 3 seconds.
But
I'm
it's like 4 seconds the full cooldown.
yeah. It's because I have
Yeah, three and a half
hang on.
seconds.
I have a yeah. I'm trying to do the attack speed calculation because I have 0.89 attack speed level 1 because I take 29% and I take 29% attack speed and then I take the attack speed mastery,
Mm-hmm.
Fury. So I'm just gonna hit the young low wiki here. Okay, what's the math? Around yeah, it'd be somewhere around 3-ish seconds
Yeah,
because
three and a
it
half
caps
seconds.
at it goes to 1.33 when you have 111.5% bonus attack speed.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, well, the point is you have 6 seconds, right? Once you've got this tornado, you'll have 6 seconds to walk out of the lane. And like it'll take you 2 seconds or something to walk over and ward the bush.
Yeah, you're saying yeah 6 seconds assuming before cooldown, right? Because we're talking about the
Well,
current
six
queue.
seconds after. So you're using this Q. You see the one in the animation right now,
Yes,
and then you walk off to the
I have
river.
about 4 3 seconds.
Yep. Well, it would be off cooldown, and you'd starve your tornado with 2 seconds or something, 2 or 3 seconds
Yeah, I
after
so
that.
I have to like fire it pretty soon,
Yep.
or
On,
just zone with it.
on the other hand, so you
Actually, yeah,
imagine.
holy. I'm just thinking about the nerf. Is like wow, the fact that you can't hold as long means you have to push more if you want tornado. Damn. I suppose that's slightly less wave control.
But
More.
like, you look here, right? You would have been in river warding at this point.
Mhm.
So, like, I think there's an opportunity to ward here. If you want to ward, that's definitely the place you want to ward is in the river. At this point.
Mhm. All right.
So the next one
The
is of course this minion, right?
yeah, that Casamine in the middle.
Yep.
Well, I'd have the Casamine on the far right because that my three are aggroing. So I think optimally would be I hit tornado to last. Yeah, I could tornado to probably last at that minion and hit Renekton. Yeah, like that probably should have been the tornado itself.
Yeah, I don't think you use this one, do you? Oh, you hit him
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, I hit him. Did you hear it?
Yeah, in the
Oh,
bush.
yeah.
It does hit, but the thing is, right? It's more of he's walking up to this minion. Why are you letting him walk up to the minion? Like
I.
he has 10 fury. He isn't
He
gonna do
can't do
shit.
anything to me.
Yeah.
If you have like 50, then probably yeah, it'd be a good idea. But he doesn't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I played around his fury pretty well. Because like and like especially soon in this game, I had the perception that if you were melee, then I can kind of just win the lane automatically. Because herder just overloaded early game. Like I'm actually probably just gonna jump on the solo and Lucian train.
Lucian's
I've played
so
Lucian.
bad though, I think. I think like top Lucian is shit, to be honest.
What
It
allows
only works. I think it only works in pro play because it's decent against like.
Kennen? It is basically a Kennen counter pick.
Yeah, like it's just decent against the meta tops but like solo queue meta tops are different anyway.
So,
And then the other thing is like, you know, it's solo queue, so your enemies are gonna be shit anyway. So you can just rely on them being shit to do well.
I guess.
I think you get the idea with the lane now. So I mean if you want, send me another one because I
Yeah,
think there's like the thought process wise and stuff. I think you have a lot that doesn't happen in this game that you do know. So
just paying attention to what minions are dying, where he's gonna be going the last hit.
right, you're trying to pay attention and like get into a mind game with him about where he's going to move and where he's going to be putting his effort. Right. I don't know if you watch Apto at all. Dopa.
I saw I remember seeing a VoD of him playing Zed into a Vector. I saw that one because it was Zed.
Mm. No, but like I don't play like most of my champion pool is different from his. But if you watch the way he plays in detail, he plays extremely deep mind games with yeah, like not just in lane, but like outside of lane as well. So like there's a lot of like laning stuff you can learn from him, even though it's not the same champion, because like the way a player is going to move around CS is more or less the same, regardless of what champion it is. You just have
Okay.
to take the different abilities into account.
All right.
So, I mean, yeah,
So, does he have a stream? Is he on like what is it? Huya?
I'll send you a link to a channel that like records a bunch of his stream VODs.
Mhm.
Um, it has the link to his stream as well. I haven't actually checked the stream itself, but
I know there's some drama on it because apparently his translator was playing some League video, and then the next video was for some reason on the Tiananmen Square protests, which caused the channel to get shut down
oh
because
yeah,
it's fucking China. Because it's fucking China, lol communism. I
uh,
kind of hope
but yeah, like
and the translator there's like drama about it. Translator resign and all that shit.
you can find VODs of him all over the place anyway. So,
Okay.
um, I mean, other than that, I think I don't know. Is there anything else you want to go over on this one? Because I think we covered like most of
So
the.
at what point? Yeah, like at what point is it like, oh, you're just fucked? Like at what point were you like, oh, well, the game's over?
What for you? Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if I was gonna say in the context, like, I think it depends because you could say that like at this point you're already screwed, but he goes back and TPs anyway as well, so like it's kind of
But then,
okay.
then again, that does well. That kind of oh well, he's like hard shoving the wave, and I just gotta farm this. So yeah, he probably should have shoved, faced, then TP'd back with. Because the reason behind TPing here is he wanted to get items. Because like if Well, then again, I couldn't back for any combat type. Like,
Yeah, but he
I couldn't
can.
even. I couldn't even back for a second fucking Doran's Blade. Holy shit, it feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Or hell, even Doran's Shield. Doran's
So
Shield might not be that bad in this matchup.
yeah, I think it's
Now that I
alright.
think.
I think you could
Maybe
use it.
like maybe Doran's Blade, Doran's Shield.
I would
I
start
think
shield, then blade probably.
probably Shield and Blade. Yeah, I'll ask. I want to see if Regis is streaming.
But I mean,
If
the,
he's
the
still
thing
streaming,
is,
I
a
might.
lot of the value about Doran's shield is right. It's level 1 to level 3, so that's one thing you have to remember with it. But then again, you're losing like the early attack damage, so
Yeah,
it's kind of awkward
yeah, it's
for
like I'm
CSing.
losing a bit of that early pressure. So yeah, I'll probably ask Regis about it.
Yeah, and then like I think the place where it's like really you're really fucked is
First blood.
here, where
Oh,
you go to trade with him here. Because this is after Vi's walked back up, and then
yeah, now
like,
like,
and then you
and this
here.
is like I'm trying those. I should have probably had those chugging a bit earlier. And like this is me trying to like buy time, kite around, and to get like auto EQ to get a tornado on him.
I mean, if anything, like the best thing to do here is just to try and CS as many of the minions because you're gonna die regardless. He's
And like
40. He's gonna have 50 fury. His cooldowns are gonna be up in like 2 seconds or something for his Q. Was it 8 seconds for Renekton Q?
look on wiki, and he has what 5? He has 5% CDR.
Wait, does he use Q? What? Okay, yeah, he does.
Abilities, come on. It is 8 seconds. Yes, at all ranks.
He could
So
have
it'd
killed you
be
there.
7.6.
Yep. But he could have killed you here. Like you wouldn't have walked into the wave if he managed his fury correctly.
Okay. But I should just I think I should have just tornadoed him there. I
See
need to
his.
play up my range advantage.
Mhm. I mean, most of what you're doing in the early levels with Yasuo anyway is going to be just hitting tornadoes on people.
Mm-hmm.
And like, of course, when they go up to CS, doing the auto Q auto and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
also helps. But like, most of it is just
Like auto
poking
Q
them.
auto run into brush.
Yep.
Yep. What I have written down is mostly revolving around the level 1. Just get a minion advantage without shoving the waves, which would be which would be try to kill my melee minions just before mine die.
Mhm.
Then basically have a tornado, and then to have a tornado at that point, and then paying attention to the wave to determine pathing.
Yep.
That
And
pretty much
then,
is that
like
like
you
what
see
you're
here, his Q goes off. It doesn't. His Q goes off at 45. Right
mm-hmm.
there. So he could
Now
have
that's
got a bit of extra damage there, and he probably would have killed you, I think.
probably, or he could have empowered W.
I think the empowered Q is better at that point, but yeah. Anyway, you get the point.
It would be
Going for
says
that trade was bad in the first
50%.
place.
It says 50% additional damage. It'd be at rank 2. It would be so 90. It'd be 135 plus 128% bonus AD.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if he empowered his if he empowered his W, it would be 15 plus 225% AD.
How much is the difference in damage again?
With so empowered Q at this point with it being rank 2 is 135 plus 120% bonus AD. Empowered W would be 45 plus 225%.
No, but the way you have to look at it, right, is you have to look at the damage increase he gets from empowering it.
So he gets says when it's empowered, they're both 50% additional damage.
Yeah, so whichever one has the higher damage then.
Okay. So how much AD do you have at this point? 108.
Yep.
And I'm gonna assume he just did 15 AD in his runes.
I mean, I think the other reason he wants to W first is to get the further stacks.
That
But
too.
he
Like
doesn't.
he dub.
Actually, he could have got the. I don't know if he you see he just W's immediately. He doesn't use the auto reset. So he could have
Yeah.
just straight up killed you here. Like no competition at all because he would have had the extra auto attack, the extra he would have had the
You're
empowered
correct.
Q. Yeah.
Wait, wouldn't RW get be empowered W?
No, because he's at um so he's at 25? Yeah. So he's at 25, right?
So he autos. No, just W's me to get to 40. So yeah, auto W empowered Q probably. The empowered Q would be 135 plus.
Well, you can see you're at 90
Yes.
health here. So the auto and the empower on the Q would have killed you.
Yep. Yeah, that's all we kind of need to know. Let's do the math.
Okay. So I think I don't know. I think we can leave it there.
Yeah, probably. I think that's sort of every. Because again, like in this matchup, if I don't play the level 1 or 2 correctly, I'm kind of boned for
Yeah.
until like around 20 minutes.
Yep.
So, but let's say at that point, how do I keep myself safe then?
By not going for trades like this. You have to know
Like,
that
do I have to?
like you just have to look at the damage, like understand how much damage he's going to do, and then like the decision is that you're going to go for farm instead of trading.
Like farm and poke.
Yep.
Like the only thing I should
So
probably
you
be
could
hitting
have
with are
queued him there, right?
like I think I'd only be hitting him with like Qs through minions when he's farming or tornadoes.
Yep.
Because my Q outranges. Effect rate is 325. Yeah, I outrange it by 150.
Mhm.
So if I space it right, his Q won't land, and I can hit him for free.
Yep.
But like I shouldn't be getting it within. And I even outranges his dash by 25.
Yep.
So yeah, it'd be pretty risky because
Well,
I
you
have to play a
remember,
lot more games to get that 25 spacing. 'Cause that's
but
so
you
small.
have to remember though that the he has like auto attacks have some range as well, so he's going to be moving from not on top of you to on top of you. So he's going to get auto attacks off anyway.
His range is 125, mine's 175.
Oh.
Like having 100, having the extra range has like legit won me some duels. Because like at 50 extra range, I'm just like, hey, Yasuo.
Yep. So
Wait,
here
Rio,
you,
please don't nerf that. I want to keep that advantage. Like Riot, don't nerf that.
I think here you could queue this minion to farm it. Yeah, instead of Eing it,
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah. I
queue
think in
through
that point I
it.
should avoid using any from like 3. At that point, I just avoid eating at any situation except for last thing on the tower, where you can
Well,
auto eat a last hit.
you can use your
Or
E, but not to put you like you see the position it
don't
puts
eat
you
toward
in.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
eat away or. All right, I get it. Makes sense. I might not have been thinking too much this game actually. Now that I think about it,
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is like the
don't
amount you
paying a lot.
paying attention to the game makes like a world of difference. Because like when I'm actually thinking about the game, I'm playing like low mid diamond tier, and then when I'm not thinking about the game, when I'm autopiloting, I'm like low platinum.
Plot.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, but then you have to worry about like tilting because when you're paying more attention, you're investing more into the game. So yeah, at this point the lane's kind of fucked because he gets level 6 like really soon, and I told face.
Yeah, you miss the cannon minion, you missed the whole minion wave. You missed two minion waves, I think, based on this, or three.
Maybe you should have got armor instead of armor or a ruby crystal.
Well, actually, that's the other thing I was thinking is when you base the first time here, you could
Well,
potentially get
how much gold I have?
cloth.
Can we go back to see how much gold I had? Because if I had 300, I could have done cloth armor. Yeah, I could have cloth armor.
I mean, that's
Do you think?
definitely an option. Because you remember, you basically have sustain against him through your passive, right?
And then I guess built-in lifesteal.
Yep.
I have 5% lifesteal because I take the 2%. I take full points in vampirism.
Mhm.
And yeah, because I have like Dornblade 3 pots now, and he gets a longsword. Ha ha ha. That's obviously fair, right? Like, I could definitely win that trade, Kappa. Biggest Kappa ever. But yeah, I probably should have grabbed cloth armor here.
I mean, you could have grabbed cloth armor and then you'd like lose one minion to get a potion extra. Because you would have.
I'd have to wait for 30 gold.
You'd be in lane about now. So you'd lose one minion, yeah. If you like, you have to time the TP correctly that you can just get the buy on the potion before you
Teleport
arrive.
up.
Yep.
All right, I should probably know how much gold I can get. So how much is gold per 10 again?
Depends on time, I think.
Uh,
I just eyeball it, to be honest.
okay. I just want to have a rough idea of the number.
And then, yeah, I mean,
It says 20.4 per 10 seconds is base gold generation
20.4,
per 10.
so 2 gold per second. Okay, TP is
It'd be
5 seconds.
10 gold. So I could channel my TP around 40 gold, and then I can buy the
So
potion. Like I channel TP, be like matching the potion buy.
Yep. You want to give
Alright.
yourself a little bit of margin, obviously. So you'd
Probably,
you'd
like-
start TPing when you had
40.
42 gold or so.
All right.
But yeah, you'd lose one minion. But I think it's like just getting the
It'd be kind of worth
150
because
health.
yeah, because right now I'm only getting I'm only getting I literally bought 450 effective health when cloth armor would have given me probably better stats.
Mhm. Well, remember, cloth
Since-
armor would apply on your shield as well from your passive. So like you imagine
That means
every
I
time.
can take a little more damage. That means my shield I can like be in a little bit longer because it might get to the point where like auto Q might be able to the shield might be able to take more of that.
Well, you're going to take more, you're going to tank more damage on your shield, so you're going to take less damage from your health pool.
Mm-hmm. So that's the adjustment I would have to make if I bought cloth armor because the armor makes my shield take less damage, so I have to be in there.
Well, it
for like
makes
a
you
split
take
second.
less damage in general.
True.
So
However, it's
so
just
so
because because ideally, if I were having an optimal trade, my entire shield would be used.
Yep.
It's not like one. It's like in mid lane. It's not like where they just auto once and then like you loot half of it ends up being wasted.
Mhm. And then what else was it? And then like here you'd be able to get a Doran's, right?
Yeah, probably. I probably could have just.
150,
I probably should have based with.
700.
Well, assuming I didn't. Let's say, assuming I didn't have to like waste my flash there, I could have. When I had enough of the Dorn Split, I could have just like dipped and TP'd.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the whole
that's
level
the
2 would have
situation
been
if I-
completely different, right?
Yeah, because like, see if I base for Doran's Blade, like after using my teleport, I lose like what 15 minions, probably.
But this whole thing
My-
would have gone different, right? Remember that.
That is true. Like especially if I play level 1 right, he'd either be dead. He'd be dead or based.
Yep.
That's one thing I have to consider. So yeah, I'd probably be something I'd have to. Okay, now I think about it with range matchups. Like what? Let's say there's some dirty ass motherfucker who picks Kennen. Because I myself, like, I'm kind of a dirty Kennen picker. Like if
I
Yasuo's
don't know
banned,
enough about the
if
matchup.
Yasuo's banned and I'm top, if I cannot play Yasuo and I'm top lane, I go for Kennen.
Mhm.
Though that may become Lucian. I like having something ranged because it's a better lane,
Yeah.
more bullet. Though I will say my Lucian is better than my Kennen. Just because I have more Lucian games played from when I played AD carry.
Uh-huh.
Like, then again, the big reason I play top lane is because I can play Yasuo top. It's like, oh, my main champion can also go in that, can play in both those roles. Well, why not?
Yep.
But if I main, say, back in season 5 and 6, when I main Zed, I would go mid AD carry.
Mhm.
And Lucian would be my AD carry because he has so much ability to just win lane.
Mhm.
And like and lane is like so important. Like when I'm told it, I'll always be like, God damn, I need to like win the game in 10 minutes or like, because I always think that a lot of the games determined around 10 minutes.
I mean, in low elo, it's less than you think because there's a lot of like stupid
Rowing,
shit that happens. Yeah,
lots of throwing.
but like
It's just a bad mentality to be like, oh, I won because they threw, yay! No, it's like you only won because they threw the game.
because the enemy was shit. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, win because
I mean, that's
it's
why
like win because they play
Koreans
well.
open mid so much, is because they're like, okay, the enemy's better. GG.
GG's, get on to our next game, and also PC bongs.
Yeah.
No, they're like paying by the hour. Who wants to spend a? It's like there's a point where there's like, all right, I don't want to play anymore. Get me out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Sad thing, that's the only thing NA has ever gone from Korea is fucking open mid. Like, what the fuck?
except no one ever opened mids in Western regions. It's disgusting. I've probably wasted like 10 hours of my life in games when my team didn't want to open mid.
Okay. Mhm.
It's pretty sad. But yeah, we'll leave it at that, and then like,
Alright.
feel free to send me another VoD, you know, whenever you want.